Let go.
Last year's team was young, and we had some great senior leadership, and their goal was to get into the playoffs and try to do something in the playoffs, and they got into the playoffs, played a great game against Tuscola, and I think a lot of these young guys got that taste that's what we're shooting for this year. We're shooting to try to get in the playoffs again, get ourselves in a position that we can maybe do something in the playoffs, get an extra couple games or two, and see how the season rolls.
Brown County showed all kinds of moxie in fighting its way uphill into the postseason last fall, begging two questions. Can Tom Little's squad springboard this with just 5 returning seniors on the roster?
I think there was a lot of momentum because it was a majority of younger guys, and all those guys that went to playoffs last year really are the starters this year. So we'll have the same experience and heart to go to the playoffs.
The sophomores who are now juniors, they got time, so there's a lot of experience coming in, but we're really young, and we're excited about what they're going to do. We know we're going to improve each and every week, and there's a great potential with this group to become a very good football team.
And can they do so absent all-state superstar Colby Ward?
It's going to be a whole team effort. Colby was a big part of Brown County sports in every sport, but I feel like we'll be fine with a team taking in for his place.
Yeah, Colby was a great football player for us for the last 3 years, and as a sophomore he did some great things, and he improved off that. But I think the big thing now is we got guys that want to get to that level. They're going to work that hard. They're going to try to be that next Colby Ward, and we've seen a lot of good things in the offseason with these guys, and we're expecting big things from them.
Defensively, Ward's departure leaves a gaping hole at linebacker. But coordinator Jared Hoots is attacking that problem by committee and banking that 2 Fullerton brothers are better than 1 in picking up the slack.
The Fullertons are going to go crazy this year. I can already see it just by watching them in practice. To be honest, I'm pretty scared to get hit by them, so I'm assuming other teams are scared to get hit by them too.
There's also ample athleticism at all 3 levels of the defense to throw at the problem, even if so much of it comes from the underclass ranks.
I think versatility. We have a lot of guys that can play a lot of different positions, and we like some of our defensive linemen are big kids. Some of them are that quick kid that can become a defensive end or move to an outside linebacker spot. And our linebackers are very athletic and they can move around too. So if we need to move them back in the secondary or back up, we just like the athleticism and be able to move those kids around.
Offensively, quarterback Angel Duarte's continued improvement has made him a gathering storm.
I think Angel has gotten better each and every year. He's probably one of the best athletes in the area. And as a sophomore, he was playing some running back, he played some receiver, he played some tight end, and then he kind of got into that role as the quarterback, and did a great job for us last year. He's a dual threat guy, just a tremendous athlete, and we're expecting big things from him again this season.
And a potential catalyst to ignite an array of complementary skill position weapons.
Tice Fullerton is just a tremendous athlete, and he's still growing as a football player. And we saw that last year, that he was still learning, what to do on those runs and how to finish off a run, and making his coverage reads and trusting his reads on the defensive side. And we saw great things at the end of the season, but we know he has a big upside still, going into his junior season. Offensively, of course we want to run the football, but we have some really nice weapons with, Tice is a great receiver out of the backfield. Layden Volk and Trey Fullerton are 2 other good running backs that can do that same thing and catch. And then our tight ends, Jack Anderson and Drew Market, are big, tall targets, that can make that big play. Super athletic kids that, we're excited about what that potentially is for us on offense.
To that end, offensive line play, long a hallmark of the Hornets, will be critical here.
We're returning a decent amount of guys on there. Tanner Seitz was an all-conference guard for us last year, returning as a junior, so he's still growing, he's still learning. Dylan Hendricks is another one that got playing time for us last year on the offensive line and has had a great offseason. We're expecting big things from him. And then Calvin Shank was a guy that really shined for us at the end of the season, started pushing guys for 4 minutes, and we're expecting big things out of him too.
It certainly doesn't hurt that Brown County added state championship-winning coaching help to the staff as well, in the person of former Illini West boss Lyle Klein.
Getting Coach Klein is a huge thing to us. It helps us older coaches. It gives us that energy, of a guy that's kind of with us and excited and can talk some really good football. And for the young guys, they're just impressed with his knowledge. He comes in and they're like, man, this guy really knows the game, and he's done a great job of just stepping in and being him, the guy that I remember from our Carthage days.
Make no doubt about it, the future in Mount Sterling is exceptionally bright, especially with a loaded freshman class on the horizon. And that makes this an incredibly important bridge season for the Hornets.
Week in and week out, we're going to be shocked at some of the scores that come up, and I think a lot of it's going to come down to health. Who's staying healthy, who's able to make those plays, and I think every team in the North has a chance to upset each other each and every week.